mamas. Welcome back to Becoming the Gentle Parent, the teen years. I'm your host, Kristi Crosson, a transformational parenting coach and mom of a teenager and some younger ones myself. Today, we're going to be talking about why connection still comes first, even in those important teenage years, even with your big kids. So I want to have you think about a few things, right? I want you to think about a few things. You're raising a teen and you're wondering, does connection still matter anymore? Right? Like, is that even really relevant? Your teenager half the time doesn't even want to look at you. They don't want to hang out with you. They don't want to go and do things with you. You embarrass them or whatever it is, right? They barely look up from their phone. Maybe they're rolling their eyes or they're just shrugging you off. And you're probably wondering, like, what in the world does connection have to do with any of this? But I'm going to tell you that it still matters 100%, and even now more than ever. Connection still comes first. We're going to talk about what to do when your kid's not really cuddling with you on the couch anymore, which in the teenage years is totally normal and appropriate. First, let's talk about why connection is still the foundation for your relationship with your child. The thing is, your teenager is pulling away developmentally, but not emotionally. Their brain wants independence right now, but it doesn't mean they don't need you emotionally. It just means they're needing you in a different way than you're used to showing up for them. Connection becomes this like soil for your relationship to grow out of. Obviously, the better the soil, the better the plant grows. And without that good soil, without that good foundation, your guidance is going to feel more like control, authority, and even punishment, right? Boundaries that you set are going to feel like punishment. Your corrections are going to fill them with rejection and shame if you don't have connection anchoring you. However, with connection, your teenager is going to be far more open to feedback. They're going to be more likely to take your lead. They're going to be more anchored in the security of their relationship with you. And that actually gives them more confidence and sense of competency to go out and explore the world when they know that you're a safe space to land. Attachment-based parenting really reminds us that, we cannot use connection as a reward for their good behavior. Too many parenting paradigms, basically, without saying it, teach that, well, you can connect with your child only if they're being good, right? You don't want to reward a child's bad behavior, right? But attachment-based parenting shows us that connection really is so crucial, and it becomes this foundation, this framework where good behavior can actually start to grow and bloom and blossom. Next, let's talk about the teenager brain and emotional safety, right? There's obviously physical safety when kids are toddlers, right? You don't want them running into streets, so you gotta keep tabs on them. You've got to have a way to secure them until they're big enough not to go run out into the streets, right? But teenagers, it's a little different. The safety that they need from you is more about emotional safety, right? Their brain, because it's still under construction with the emotional center, the amygdala, being fully on, but the responsible part that's responsible for impulse control, the good decision making, the prefrontal cortex, right? It's still in development. So your teenager, they're gonna feel deeply, react quickly, and maybe even regret their behavior after the fact. So when you lead with disconnection, right, through threatening them, shaming them, creating power struggles, right, you're increasing stress in them and in you, which makes everyone's self-regulation so much harder. So when we stay emotionally available, when we breathe instead of bark, they feel safe. And that safety allows their brain to come back online so you could have those hard conversations with them. It's nice because scripture backs this up as well. It says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. So when we're parenting through connection, we're protecting their emotional world so they can grow well. So what does this actually look like? What does connection look like with teens? It's not going to be big, dramatic moments. You're looking for micro interactions, small, regular touch points that say, I see you, I love you, I care, I'm here. So, a quick hand on their shoulder as you walk past, a high five even. If they're into hugs, you can give them hugs when they come home from school during the day, or if they just seem like they're feeling down, you can offer them a hug. If they've got their own phones, right, you can send them a meme and they can send you back a meme and you can laugh at their sense of humor. You can sit nearby while they're doing their homework. Without an agenda, you're not trying to correct their homework or fix it. You're just there and nearby. You can make them a snack for their homework time, or you can pick up their favorite snack from the store for them to do while they're doing for them to eat while they're doing their homework. It's the little things, right? You're looking for, going for drives in the car to grab groceries together, or those moments when you're taking them to sports practices or ballet or some sort of clubs or to a friend's house, right? You're taking every opportunity in those moments to interact with them, even on, 2, 3, 5 minute time spans, right? Um, Connections also, this is one of the harder things sometimes to get our minds around is the idea of repair. Sometimes we're too harsh with our kids. Sometimes we yell at them. Sometimes we get mad at them. Sometimes we lash out and act out toward them emotionally. And repair is how you mend that disruption in a relationship and that disconnection that your actions created. Um, and it looks like saying, hey, I didn't handle that the way that I wanted to. I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. I love you. Let's figure this out together. It's taking responsibility, right? You're not putting the blame on them. Well, I wouldn't have yelled at you if you had picked up your shoes off the floor, right? You're not like shifting the blame onto them. You're taking full ownership of how you react in situations. And sometimes, even like we do with little kids, we can say, hey, I didn't respond the way I should have with you. Can I get a do-over? Right? Do-overs are really cool. Like we teach them a lot for dealing with toddlers and 3-year-olds and 5-year-olds, right? The idea of do-over and teaching your kids to do do-overs. But there's the flip side of that where you as a parent can do a do-over. Hey, I didn't handle that the way that I should have. Can we rewind a little bit and can I redo that how I should have handled that situation? And then you talk through it as if you really were going to do the same thing again. There's something healing in that interaction that's really important and that creates connection when there's been a disconnection. Of course, there's always the chance that they're going to pull away. Whew, this is hard because sometimes you are trying so desperately to connect with your teens and they want nothing to do with it. And there might be a multitude of reasons for that, right? It might feel not genuine. It might feel really forced. It might feel like you have an agenda. It might feel that you want something from them. Um, so there's a lot of reasons. They might have just had a hard day and they don't want to talk about it, right? There's a lot of reasons that they might struggle to connect with you, especially if you might have used punitive parenting practices earlier in your parenting journey, and maybe you're coming into this gentle parenting thing a little bit later, or you kind of had a rough season and you're jumping right back in, right? It's normal and okay for them to want their space too. The idea is that you are creating opportunities where it feels safe for them to connect regularly. And you're trying to connect with them with no agenda, right? You're offering them connection without expecting theirs in return, which is really hard. They are getting older, they are becoming adults, right? They still need that safety, that steadiness so they can continue to launch into the world. Gentle parenting with teens isn't going to look like you always being close, right? It just means you're always available. You don't withhold love when things get messy, and you create the anchor for that relationship so that they can come home to you. I want to thank you so much for being here and just having a few minutes to talk about connection. I'm going to pop a resource down in the notes for you with some other ideas for connecting with your teenager. One of the things, if you're struggling to connect with your teen, that I'd really encourage you to do is um, to do things that benefit only them, right? It might look like remembering their favorite snack and popping it in their backpack for the day and not even mentioning it, not being like, "Oh, hey, did you see the snack I got for you?" But just putting it there. It might be that you write them notes at the beginning of the week just saying, "Hey, I'm so proud of you. I love you. I hope you have a great week at school," or whatever they're off to doing, right? Um, and you're not like, hey, did you get my note? Right? You're not expecting some sort of reciprocal action. You're just dropping little things to let them know that you're there and you're available. And so I want to encourage you that if you're really struggling to connect with your teen, I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to connect because as a gentle parenting coach, I don't just help parents with their connection and gentle parenting their little ones. I also help parents of tweens and teenagers just find that space where they can start to connect or reconnect with their teenagers, especially if there's been kind of a big disconnection or a long season of um, strain or struggle. If this episode helped you feel seen or equipped, I'd love it if you shared it with your friends and share with another mom who's walking through her teen years too. I want to just tell you that I know you've got this and I'm right here with you. So we'll talk to you next time.